Assalamualaikum. My name is Madani Raza and I am a student of Aga Khan University Institute for Educational Development. Today we will learn something that look like this. Pause your video for a moment. Can you identify what this is? Yes, you are right. It is a magnet. But what is a magnet? So the topic of today's video is simple magnetism and magnetic field. According to the National Curriculum of Pakistan, this topic aligns with the learning objectives of SO5 B18, SO5 B19, SO6 B49 and SO6 B50. So what is a magnet? Magnets are objects made up of iron or steel which can attract or repel certain materials. Can you identify which materials can magnet attract or repel? This property of attraction or repulsion is known as magnetism. Here you need to understand that magnetism is a property of some certain materials. Not every material will show magnetism. Do you think wood shows magnetism? If not, why do you think it does not show magnetism? Material which are magnets has certain properties. The first property is magnets comes in variety of shapes like bar magnet and horseshoe magnet. Every magnet has two poles, a north pole and a south pole. Similarly, the third property is like poles of magnets repel each other, means south and south will repel each other, while unlike poles will attract each other, like south and north. The fourth property is magnets can only attract iron, steel, cobalt and nickel. The next idea of this video is magnetic fields. What is a magnetic field? So you must have observed that a magnet attracts another magnet or a piece of iron in a certain region around it. That region in which the effect of magnet can be felt is known as magnetic field. Now, what are magnetic field lines? Magnetic field lines are imaginary lines that visualize magnetic field. It shows both its direction and strength. Representation of magnetic field lines. Now, magnetic field lines can be represented by two methods, by iron fillings or by plotting compass. For the purpose of this video, we will only look at how magnetic field lines are represented by iron fillings. When we will sprinkle iron fillings on the magnet, some common patterns will emerge. If we look at bar magnet, this kind of pattern will emerge when we sprinkle iron fillings on bar magnet. When we put like poles together, we will observe that the iron fillings will align themselves in this pattern. Similarly, when we put unlike poles together, you will observe that a pattern of this kind will emerge. And last, a horseshoe magnet will represent these kind of magnetic fields. Can you identify some common characteristics of the magnetic field lines from these diagrams? Let's demonstrate magnetic field line patterns by iron fillings. Let's look at the magnetic field line pattern of a permanent bar magnet. First, put a bar magnet on the table and then put a white sheet over it. Sprinkle some iron fillings on top of the paper Can you see a pattern emerging? Okay, now let's look at the pattern of magnetic field when we put two like poles together. So place your bar magnets with like poles facing each other on the table. Make sure they are close to each other. Now put your white sheet on top of it and sprinkle some iron filling on it. Can you spot the differences between the first pattern and the second pattern? Now let's look at how the pattern of the magnetic field lines emerge when you put two unlike poles together. So put your magnet on the table with unlike poles facing each other. Make sure that they don't attract each other. Now put a piece of paper on top of it. Sprinkle some iron fillings on top and observe how the pattern emerges. Can you guess what will the pattern look like? Let's find it out. Can you identify some differences between like pole and unlike poles? Can you see the attraction happening? Now let's look at the pattern that emerged from a horseshoe magnet. Place your horseshoe magnet on top of the table and then put a piece of white paper on top of it. Can you guess what kind of pattern will emerge? Let's see. Sprinkle some iron filling on top. Can you observe a pattern? How are these patterns different from the previous patterns? Can you identify some differences? Thank you.